The bloody long-haired creature can be fitted with weapons, but fighting her is not recommended. Okay. Okay.
Oh, the hospice. Yes. Leslie was being treated here years ago. He'd come here thinking it was familiar and safe.
You know where we are?
Just ahead is the hospice my brother runs. He'll take us in.
That didn't answer my question.
I honestly don't know. For all I know, I'm losing my mind and you're just a delusion. But I'd like to think I still have a shred of dignity and an obligation to protect my patient. As an officer of the law, you should too.
I hope his brother's not a jerk too.
Dude, I want to visit different things. Oh, it's the save location. Doc, can you tell me what this place signifies? I have so many things to state. Do I actually? I don't. I genuinely don't. I have a number of things. A very small number of things. First of all, what came to my mind was that there was an obvious solution to the problem of the last level, the final problem of the last level, and that solution obviously was to lead that final boss into a trap. Those 3 levels activate traps, don't they? We'll just run around, hide under beds perhaps, and then wait alongside a lever for the monster to get into the right spot, pull the lever, impale him, or blast him from above with spikes, something like that. Look, Doc, look. Oh my god, that's not... It's not just the place, that's another journal. But how did it get here? I'm not sure if that's a reasonable question, but it is a question that arrives at the forefront of my mind. After all, if he doesn't know where he is, hasn't been here, how did his journal get here? Perhaps it's not here, perhaps it's a contrivance. But let's actually get into the journal itself. Journal of Sebastian Castellanos, February of 2005, I guess. Yes, these sorts of years in the noughties are read differently. Myra was almost killed this afternoon, shot by a suspect we were pursuing. Oh yeah, that lady. I should review the previous note, but I remember Myra being a badass and I think being his partner? Myra was almost shot this afternoon, shot by a suspect we were pursuing. Thank God I was there. She's going to be okay. But seeing her bleeding like that, thinking I was going to lose her without telling her how I really feel, was unbearable. I think she feels the same way. There's something undeniable between us. Oh, right, of course, he wanted to pursue her, but didn't know whether she would reciprocate the feelings. It's against the code of conduct. To hell with the code of conduct! But I have to let her know how I feel about her. I hope I'm not setting myself up for embarrassment. No, that is the way to go. The code of conduct is to stand between you and your soulmate, then it's the code of conduct that's wrong, not you. Doc, would you care to explain what happens when I go into this mirror universe? I find it quite extraordinary as an experience. But first, let's break everything in this room. Doc, seriously, get out of my way. Of course, the mirror breaks, and with the doctor by my side, I can transport myself into the save room. What? Should be safe here. Right? Why is it black and white again? But yes, this is the map. I've seen it before. What happened? What is going on? Why did we lose color here? This place has to be safe. Ah, yes, of course. Why does it have to be safe? Well, because this is my mind. And why should I necessarily be safe inside my own mind? Why can't I run? It's the matter of rebinding keys again, or... Hold on. Alright. Alright. Running... It's not the default now, and sprinting has been disabled for some reason. Where are you? Myra. Myra, that is... Oh no. Wait, what? Should be able to access this. She's there. By the mirror. But why? Has something happened? Let's pick up the newspaper. Missing patient found. Caretaker worried sick. Psychiatric patient missing since last Tuesday. Found hiding in photography studio. Physician Valerio Jimenez says God's will. Is this supposed to be merely a meaningful parallel? As in, signifying that we will find Leslie soon enough? Or is there something more to this? Dr. Valerio Jimenez, owner of Elk River Hospice, last seen driving into the city. Oh no, this is the guy we're looking for. The brother of the doctor. I can't go buy upgrades. No, I can buy upgrades. Wait. This is different. This mirror used to be circular. And I cannot come back through it. It's a different type of mirror. I also cannot save right now. What is happening? Are you Myra? Are you a projection from within my mind of Myra?
No, no, not that way, no.
Myra.
No, no, not that way.
So many new admissions, and not a single discharge.
What's happening? Who's here inside my mind?
Let go of me.
No way back. Map fragment 7 found inside my mind. What is it? I thought this place was safe. Safe of all the places.
Fine.
Leslie?
Fine.
Leslie!
Fine.
Leslie. Relax. Leslie. It's okay. Are you okay?
You don't look well at all. Do take care of yourself.
Mirror. Was the mirror always shaped like that, except it had a crack last time? As you can see, color returned to this place, but this raises so many questions. Was I another level deep inside this mental refuge? Is that what happened? If someone's with me, am I transporting that person in part over here as well? The doctor was with me as I entered this place. Did I perhaps enter his mind in part in the process of this? Can I actually access any of these places? No, I can't. What happened? Could you... Sir, we have a heart-to-heart? Could we have a conversation about what is going on here? It's all bright here and colorful. As you can see, it's all fine now. It's the map fragment we have just acquired. Map fragment number 7 over here. Another piece of the puzzle. What did I get to? What happened? What was that? I don't think I'm going to find any answers, and I don't think asking them is really helpful. Chapter 4, The Patient. This is all about Leslie. Goodbye. I'll leave through here this time.
There's no time for fooling around.
Oh, I beg to differ, Doctor. I think there's always time for fooling around. And now is exactly the right time. I need to find every single thing that's in the area. Explore every nook and cranny. Also, are we to understand? Doc. Look, I like you as much as a cop can like a doctor. Just chasing after his mentally ill ward. But I really need to find every single statue and break it, you see. Wow, now I sound like a mental patient. Now I'm not setting this on fire. Well, presumably I can, and the game will prompt me. Hey, wanna set this thing on fire? No.
I saw something move.
Alright, hide. Oh. That's a fat one. But presumably, I can lodge steel into his cranium just as well as with the thin ones. I can't really see him. I hate that. Oh, he's there. He's coming. I don't want to have to blow his... Oh, he's got a hatchet in his head. That's worrying. I want to put another bit of metal in there. Oh, yes! Come on. Come on. If he turns around, I'm going to be so mad. Yes! Stealth kill! Hoi!
My patient, Leslie.
Yes, Doc. Well. You know why he fidgeted? Because he dropped loot. Let me guess. This path leads to the next level. I'm supposed to open this gate eventually. I was about to say that I did not expect zombies here immediately, but the more I think about that statement, the more dubious it sounds. Why would I not expect another bottle? I really should make use of them. They're like barrels in Vermintide 1. You feel like you should use them. You feel like you're obligated to use them, and yet... Oh, come on now, dude. Did I just lose health due to that fall? Ugh. It's fine. There's so many syringes, I can always replenish my health. But still, that should not have happened. But I'm not going to reload just because of that. Another map fragment. It's number 5. Some bullets for me to carry. And a chest for me to open, huh? Watch out, Doc. This might be risky. Let's disarm it. Done. Safe. Let's get this and some trap pods. Also another grenade. It's lovely. Wonderful. That's everything. I'm still miffed that I lost health, but if I'm to reload at every such mistake,
There's no time for fooling around.
I'm going to be even more miffed due to all the time I'll waste. So presumably it's one more thing I should just forgive myself for doing. It's fine. It's okay to make mistakes sometimes. I'll find another bit of healing, heal back to full with what I have, and it'll all be fine. Once again. I need to destroy these boxes. And after I'm done exploring the initial bits and here and there, I can craft so many agony bolts out of this. Once I'm done exploring, I might as well save, right? Our itinerary seems fairly clear. There's this first gate over here. We need to explore, well, everything over here. The path upstairs, the door downstairs, all the way around the courtyard. Then we head over there to the other house and then up the road. There's also a path over here. There might be some interest to this building. Yes, there appears to be one. Look, this one. We'll visit everything in order. Scour. What do you mean, no turning? Is there anything of use here? I know there are...
What's wrong with this kid?
Fine. I'm saving first, though. Hi.
The worrying type, I see.
You have no idea. Yes. You know, like, my intuition is not to immediately follow Leslie. That may sound like a prudent idea to you, but it doesn't sound like one to me. Also, if I need to, I can pick up the hatchet. You can kill essentially the witch from Left 4 Dead. Oh great, now I'm playing Left 4 Dead. Now we'll... I'm sorry, what? Stop! You piece of shit! I've made a horrible mistake though, look at this. Stealth kill! Well, needs to be patient. Also, look at this. Fry! You son of a bitch. Where's the lady?
Nice shooting.
What? Oh, I'm full on these. This is incredible. I have so many. Which type are these even? Just the harpoon bolts, all right. I need to start spending them, I guess. There we go. I loaded one up and then picked another one. you see, it took me by surprise last time. Actually, there was so many times when I watched that lady die, and I figured I would not allow myself to have her life be snatched away from her by one of these monstrosities. There are plenty of gut-wrenching experiences to be had, but... Oh no. This is a fresh corpse. Quite a few of them are fresh, in fact. And I think if they're so fresh, they might just not turn. He's still pathing. My goodness, he's still following me. That's quaint. A scarecrow, that's lovely. A huge pile. Filled with corpses. I guess I've managed to save that single life. Or was that an illusion? Or was it just the case that they did not want to distract me in the unlikely event that I've managed to save that poor woman? Right, Doc, right. You're a bit of a fifth wheel here, but
Must find my patience, Leslie.
Leslie, by his very nature, ought to be patient. Now that's... You know, I can't even bring myself to say that that's nice. That's not nice. That's the furthest I can imagine from nice. Doc, you do not want to watch this. I think you do not want to see this either. Alright, that was a bit of goo that I've traded away for a single match. Oh, there may be more of them coming if they fall off the nooses. I'm prepared for that. I'm not necessarily okay with that. Two paths over here and we're done exploring. There's the doll and there's the path upstairs. Before we do any of that, let's save. I do not want to have to save that lady any more times than necessary. Once is enough.
Whatever is the matter?
I'm just nervous. Alright. The path upstairs or the doll? Now the doll is lower, so we might want to start down, but the path upstairs is further to the left. Decisions. Let's go through the doll first. Presumably this place is just filled with corpses. And presumably those corpses aren't moving. Oh no. You're monsters, aren't you?
We must be going.
Shut up! I could harpoon that thing to death. Why not? I have a spell harpoon to pick up, don't I? I don't think...
What could have happened here?
I don't know if I want to know. I mean, I do want to know. I'm an investigator and stuff. Green stuff. Lovely. I'm so full of it. And by it, I mean green stuff in this circumstance, of course. Doc, can I tell you to just stay over here and not draw in all the enemies? Shut up. Yes. I hate this. I sincerely hate this. Alright, let's open the chest. Oh, I see. I can only break it open. That's not good. Can I actually perform a stealth kill? No, dude!
Shush. Don't you fret.
Doc?
Doc, no, don't.
Valerio, it's me.
The good doctor is here.
This is my brother, Valerio. Leslie's original doctor.
Peel away. Yes, expose everything.
Hey, what are you doing?
What's up, Doc? Fuck! Why did you not shoot? All right, you did shoot. Never mind. Burn him! Burn the fucker! Now, I do apologize for the profanities, but... What? How? No, Doc, no. Oh, this is a vision of the past. These are visions of the past.
Could he have done that to Valerio? Impossible. Couldn't be Ruvik.
Who's Ruvik? I know, it's presumably the doctor about whom all these stories abound. Gruesome tales. But... I guess now we see flashbacks of events long gone. Examine. What is this? Keys! The keys are inside. I see now. Okay, we're going to have to cut this guy open to retrieve the keys. Doc. Presumably you have more surgical experience. Care to, Yes. So which button do I hold here? I'm sorry, I'm desperately trying, but I don't know. Look. I know what has to be done. Can you... Look, it's very simple. Good detective. There are keys inside of this guy. Use the knife and cut him open. I'm pressing the melee attack button. I'm pressing the use button. Right mouse button, left mouse button, right and left. Oh, right, of course, the movement keys. Never mind. Up, down, left, right. And no, Doc, I'm not out of my mind. Trust me on this one. Oh, please don't come to life as I am trying. No! I knew it! I knew that would happen. He's retrieved. Burn the body. Burn the body. Burn him. Burn it. Destroy it! You know what? That's fine. Actually, we're fine. We're good. We don't need it.
No, he couldn't have.
Doc, would you care to do less of your cryptic musing and more of a, you know, exposition, so to speak? Could you explain what exactly you think is going on to me? You don't have to be 100% sure, that's fine. A certain degree of uncertainty I am perfectly willing to accept. You are allowed to speculate. And if you would care to share with me some details that lead you to believe that what you think is going on, I would also appreciate that greatly. But please, don't just leave me with extremely cryptic and violent, horrifying, and well, piecemeal.
That came from outside.
I really have had it enough. I really have had it with Leslie. Hi.
This couldn't have happened.
I'm sorry, Doc, but based on the fact that it did happen, I have a strong suspicion that it actually could have happened. Because I tend to be of a strong conviction, as happens to be the case in modal logic, that fact implies possibility. If X, then it is possible that X. By the very definition of possibility, impossible things do not happen. Oh, I see, a syringe, yet another one. How lovely. Well, I promised to heal myself, did I not? Maybe this is the time. Maybe, just maybe, should take a shot and retrieve this syringe. After all, the alternative is to just whine about it every single time, complain about taking damage and so on. But there's so much healing. The game is showering me with items because this is not a high difficulty level. It's the normal one. The highest you can start on, certainly, but not a particularly high one. So certain mistakes are absolutely taken for granted. It's understandable that you might not play perfectly. You might get hurt and you might want to heal. I shouldn't beat myself over taking damage here and there. It's okay. Green stuff, excellent. That's just 100 of it. That's very little. Alright, enough is enough. We've spent a decent bit of time over here. Now we need to head upstairs, which presumably connects to that path on the other side that leads downstairs. Unsurprisingly. Hold on, can we?
There's no time for fooling around.
I'm breaking a window. You call this fooling around? It's a very peculiar definition of fooling around you've got here, Doc. Look, I'm just investigating. That's what I'm doing. Oh, he doesn't want to go out the window. Fair enough. He'll be back soon enough. Was that the door downstairs or upstairs? Downstairs. I think downstairs. I think that's the dock. Hi, Doc. You've scared me, though. A few bullets. That's very welcome. I do like bullets. 300 of the green stuff, the goop. Some parts from which I'll be able to craft more agony bolts. Oh, although I shouldn't, because I keep finding plenty of agony bolts, at least harpoon bolts. They're very bountiful. Any zombies in the... No, this is where I hide. This is where I go. No wardrobe zombies here. I almost called it a closet. That's not a closet. It's not a walk-in. That's just a regular... wardrobe. Doc, you might want to avoid this place at all costs. How I've managed to do this? Doc! Doc!
That was probably worth checking out.
I'm sorry, what? Look, I don't know if this little thing obscures vision for the zombies. As far as I can tell, it does. Performing that sneak kill was just... It was ludicrous. It shouldn't have happened, but it happened anyway. And the doc just waltzing in. I was walking next to the zombie. Why? What sort of a nonsensical bravado do you possess, man? Don't ever do that again. Also, there's some shotgun ammo though. Although, obviously, I'm not using the shotgun very much. Because all I'm doing is performing stealth kills left and right. I can hide under the bed, can't I? Nope. Nope. It's a low profile bed. You can't hide under it. It's not high enough. Off the ground. It's just... No. Presumably this leads outside, right? All those bedrooms tend to lead outside. No. It leads over here to the corridor. We've been through one door. We come out the other door. Through the other door. No beasties here. Some matches. I do appreciate those. Once again, showering stuff. Showering with stuff. I'm sorry, Doc, but at least I can walk through you. Thank Logos for small mercies. Walk out onto the balcony. Anything of interest here? Not that I can see. Alright. We're heading back in. Well...
Vic. No, he couldn't have.
Oh, get over it. I'm pretty sure he could have. He probably did. It's probably that psycho doctor. He probably did. Whatever the hell you have in mind, he probably did do that. I don't know why. I don't know what. I don't know when. Oh, the blinding one. Oh, I see, of course. And I can't pick it up because I'm full. There's a hole in the wall we can go through. And that's it. So what we have here is not a failure to communicate, but rather a blinding bolt, 2 shotgun shells, and downstairs in another building entirely we also have 1 harpoon bolt that I will soon add to our inventory. And once we're done with that, we shall progress. We shall proceed onwards. Now, where did I find that silly harpoon bolt again? Was it here in the save room? No? Well, where was it then? Well, just follow me, Doc. I think you'll be fine, but... what do I know? Yeah, I think it was over here. I was wrong! So where was it?
There's no time for fooling around.
This is serious business, Doc. Where did I find the damn thing? Some cardio will not hurt you, Doc. Oh, right, over here, of course, of course. The picked one up, now I've picked the other one up. And now is the time to save, yet again. Isn't it always? Maybe I should use the shotgun. If, of course, I have to use a weapon at all. You know, just because there are resources to gather in the area. The shotgun shells that you have seen. Alright, we've been upstairs, we've been everywhere in this area. I think it's time to leave and head on over to the next place. Should I visit the path on the right first? Just to see what's there, if anything. Doesn't seem like... That's a ghost. It's a ghastly visage. That, of course, mortified me. So, are we a paranormal investigator now? How the hell do we see all these things? This has happened a while back. Why does he keep seeing ghosts? I even got an achievement for that, related to the entire event. To the fact that he has seen a vision. A different vision, but a vision nonetheless. Over here in this place. Why? How?
Inconceivable. This couldn't have happened.
Doc. Now, stay with me here. Do not deny the evidence of your own eyes. I get the argument that this perhaps shouldn't have happened. But if it did happen, then it did happen, as much as you may not like the fact that it did happen. Ah, green stuff. Can I be rewarded with, say, a key? Oh, this is going to be rough. I hate squeezing through such openings. Running away will be much more difficult. Doc, stay on the other side, please. What's inside? Oh, excellent. Oh, great. I have too many bullets in my gun. Typical. Typical problem. Pick up the green stuff. Really? More hiding spots? Why? Oh, and then there's more healing here. Of course. What is that? Another note? Villager's note. They got Norman. His cries for help just cut off. I can hear screaming every night. If I don't stay hidden, I know I'll be next. Oh no. I know what happened, to an extent. It was mentioned, wasn't it, that extensive surgery is required to do something. To turn them into these monstrosities. So that's what happened in this village. The extensive surgery. As prep. Alright, there are additional bullets for the pistol here. More healing over there. There's also some shotgun shells waiting for me.
No, he couldn't have.
In the other building, in the first building, as you know. What is that? What did I just pick up? I've got a key? I don't remember getting one. Was that the key? Where did I get it? Well, either way, I presumably should redeem it. Shouldn't I? Which means that I should save, as I keep doing. Will anything haunt us as we go out? This game is phenomenal, by the way. I know I shouldn't talk about the game as the game while playing the game, but consider that a tiny exception. Tap into the goo. There's another thing that comes to my mind. Should we go immediately for Leslie? Well, as immediate as it can get, in my case anyway. Or should we go up the street first? After saving and redeeming, of course. I'd be tempted to go up the street first. Let Leslie do his thing for now. And instead, inspect as much as we can before pushing the plot forward.
Whatever is the matter?
Hello. I just came here to redeem something. Alright, slot number 1 has already been opened and closed. The slot number 2... fine, let's open this one then. Anything of interest? What is that? Oh, I see. The freezing bolts. What do I mean by the freezing bolts? I've never encountered them before. Freeze bolt. A wallhead for the agony crossbow, which will temporarily freeze struck opponents. Except for certain enemies, the target will break apart after freezing. That's interesting. So unless something is incredibly tough, you hit it with a freeze bolt, it's done. For added flair, you can kick it, presumably, and it shall shatter. We are slowly assembling the map. I still can't quite tell if I've missed some map pieces. That would be horrible because, as you may have noticed, I'm trying to be as thorough as humanly possible. But this game may be more intricate and have more things hidden in all sorts of nooks and crannies than even I am willing to find. With as much attention as I am paying to that. I have a decent bit of green stuff. I could go ahead and try to upgrade something. I mostly need slots to be able to carry more stuff. But slots are expensive to purchase. Aside from grenade slots, of course, I could get one right now. Haven't used a single grenade in this entire game. Could upgrade the clip capacity. I'd be able to carry one more bullet. As I chamber one more bullet. Because upgrading the handgun capacity requires 2,800 more of the green stuff, which I can eventually get. I presumably should wait and then get this upgrade. I'll wait until I have more.
This couldn't have happened.
Deal with it, Doc.
Don't go so fast.
Come on, keep up. Keep up. Attaboy. We're going up the road first. Where did all the traps go? I mean no disrespect here. I'm just curious. Just encountered plenty of things. Claymore mines, bird traps. Have the nasties and beasties just stopped caring about me? Do they respect me no more and do not try to fend me off with any bit of effort? Who actually put those in place? What were they defending against? Perhaps they were defending against the zombies. Perhaps that's why they fortified all these places. What is this? It looks like a scarecrow, but it's been somewhat modified. Is there anything notable about this scarecrow to you, detective? Want to inspect it? No? Alright, this is closed. There's nowhere to go. I once again got scared by a waving piece of cloth. Just swaying in the wind. Not doing much of anything. Fine, let's try to find Leslie. That poor fool. Who may yet be responsible for all of this. After all, I had a vision in my little safe dream world of him cowering in a corner but emanating energy.
Ruvik? No, he couldn't have.
Stay with me, Doc. Pay attention now. This place is ruthless. These things will eat you alive, literally. I could go through the door, I could go through the window. It feels like going through the door is not the wisest of options, but then again, what do I know? It worked for Leslie. Then again, what doesn't work for Leslie? Everything works for Leslie. Will I find some notes? Will I find Leslie? Come on, kiddo, it's time for your medication. More bullets? But I can't carry more bullets. Oh no, I think I'll have to find something to shoot soon enough. Which doesn't bode well. Not well at all. More bottles, they're everywhere. Look at them. And the fake glow. So that any fool can tell that they are objects you can interact with. Pick up and throw. Yes, I get the point, of course they're special, but still, I don't need that many bottles. What am I supposed to distract? I still managed to perform plenty of stealth kills. Right, easy now. I also need to be a bit more quiet, because bad things may very well happen. I can't carry any more matches. No more matches, no more pistol ammo. This is yet another hiding spot. I don't like this. I don't want to hide. I don't want to have to hide. I don't want to be forced. Leslie?
Gone down there.
Leslie? The hell are you doing, kiddo? Why did you go down to the basement? Also, is this the psychiatric facility of this particular place? It's...
Must find my patient, Leslie.
Yes, we're following him, Doc. If you'd only care to pay attention to what's... There's something bizarre going on with the lighting in this area. But never mind that. Alright, this is a path that leads further down. And this is what exactly? I'm scared. Bad things may very well happen very soon. Oh wait, it did say, this is a dark room? Not just a dark room, it's a dark room for developing photographs. I'll consult my notes. Missing patient found. Caretaker worried sick. Psychiatric patient missing since last Tuesday. Found hiding in photography studio. Physician Valerio Jimenez says God's will. Valerio Jimenez. Psychiatric patient found in photography studio. But Valerio Jimenez is this guy, the mad doctor. What is happening? Was that patient Leslie? Another weapon? Oh, I'm glad you're... I was about to say, sorry, I cut myself short every so often because, as you might suspect, I immediately regret what I'm about to say. I was about to say, oh, I'm glad that they're showering me with so many new things, so many weapons, so many things. Am I though? As you know, if they shower you with so much stuff, bad things are about to happen. Oh, thank goodness. It's just shotgun ammo. It's literally a single shotgun shell in an enormous briefcase. You know why? Because presumably if you're dumb enough to miss out on the shotgun the first time around, this is where you find it. But I am a patient man and I explore. So I did find the shotgun. That makes me wonder, can you actually... On a higher difficulty level, perhaps this is the first occasion to find the shotgun. And the agony crossbow comes much later. Okay.
There's no time for fooling around.
I don't know about that, Doc. I feel like saving right now. We've been through a decent bit. Although, that takes all the pressure away, doesn't it? Can you have a look in there? Can you inspect? No, you cannot. Only as much as I can. Fine, open this. It is the darkroom. Checkpoint. I don't have to save. The game will save for me. Thank you, game, for coddling me so much, so I don't have to run back and forth. More ammo for my pistol. I don't have enough space. I'm sorry. Come on, you're a detective. The wall is filled with pictures. You've gotta be able to tell something from this. Doc, come on, don't scare me like that. There must be something you can glean from this. Well, there doesn't. There evidently doesn't. There does not have to be anything he can glean from this, because clearly he doesn't seem to. Leslie, are you hiding someplace? Talk to us, kiddo.
Leslie! Oh, thank heavens. Dr. Jimenez is here. Settle down.
Wait, Doc. I think something's coming.
Something here.
Settle down.
No!
Something scary.
Be still.
What? No! No, 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 no! What happened here?
No.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, no, 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 no! Are you invisible or something? Stop this.
No, stay right here.
It is invisible.
Something here.
Settle down.
No, 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 no!
Scary.
Don't touch me.
Still.
Burn it! Oh! Whoa!
Over. Are you still out there?
You bet! Oh my goodness, my health! I got less of the green stuff than I expected.
This place
Did
is
you
a
kill
death
it?
trap. Is there anywhere safe at all?
I think that's unlikely.
Can't get out. Can't get out.
We must be going this way.
Can't get away. Can't get away.
Is that a lot of green stuff? No, that's a bit of green stuff. Doc, hold on, hold on. I've got stuff to investigate here. There's some green stuff to pick up. Not a lot, but a bit. That was a horrifying experience. The last thing I needed was invisible enemies. Entirely invisible. All I could figure out was how they were moving based on the balls that kept scattering. I've used up so much ammo, though. It's good news. It's great news. Let's reload with everything. Whew. Presumably a second attempt would be much more successful, but... it would take away all the fun of that atrocious experience. Yes? What are you doing, Doc? What? Is there a secret passage?
There's a gun.
We must be collectively losing our minds.
Losing our minds. Losing our minds. Losing our minds. Losing our minds. Losing our minds.
Leslie.
Oh, God. No.
What? Who is that?
Rovik. It is you. Leslie.
Who the hell are you?
No! Don't follow!
I did not follow. Alright. Let's take care of business. First of all, I could use a medkit here, and it might be a wise... actually, no, the slots for syringes are limited, and there are quite a few syringes out there to pick up, so I might as well heal right now. At least a bit. Now, as far as the agony launcher is concerned, I need to pay attention to the bolts. I will be using the harpoon bolts for now.
What the? Doctor? Leslie? Fuck.
I am no longer in the real world, I'm afraid. I barely followed. I just got out of the room after getting my stuff. How does this loop? Can I run back? It flips me around. The only way to go is forward. Oh, down there you see the next one you'll flip to when you flip to it. Okay, fair enough. That's why it shows you two different types at the same time. What is this? It's presumably blood, but you may never know. Why would it get there in such quantities in such a way? What? That's a flood of blood. We've been here, haven't we? Is this the same vat? Oh no, this is the mental hospital.
What is going on here?
This is the vat of blood. But... yeah, this is the place. We have been transported over here. Great, this is another harpoon. Dart for the agony launcher? Hell no. A harpoon something for the agony... oh, is this a boss fight? What happens when I pull this? It drains the blood, thank goodness. Any useful stuff here? There's a grenade over here. I should use them. I could have used a grenade against that monstrosity. After all, close enough is good enough for horseshoes and grenades, government work. I know I can go up through here, I'm just contemplating my situation. Horrible things have happened. What? Well, it was the trap. Oh, come on. No, this is bad. This is horrible as far as camera work is concerned. Is that a trap? Must have been. Oh, this is the trap. I'm sorry. Of course this is a trap. Oh, if I time it incorrectly, bad things will happen. Oh, come on. Heap. Yeah, presumably I have to go up there before I can disable it. But what the camera is doing is despicable, I tell you. Unacceptable. I could use the ladder to go up. I can go up through here, or I can go up back there. But all these options I have. It's one of those circumstances where I would love to save. Oh, I see. Oh, this is another trap. Disable this, please. Can you disable it? No, you disable it from the other side. Yeesh. Alright, you should be able to do this. Hop on over here. Get close, but not too close. Come on, you should be able to do it. Come on. There we go. Lots of quiet. Alright. Being back in this hideous place is the last thing I needed. Why? And how? And what does this do? Was that a good thing? Will this thing get up? Presumably it will. Let's burn it. And since I've burnt the thing... Yeah, now I can get my reward. I get nothing. I get absolutely nothing. And it's not like I deserved anything for that. Okay. Now we know. You pull this lever... and... you get... either a corpse or a zombie. Anything... interesting on the other side, perhaps? I am so tense. Another bolt? What is this? A shock bolt. A wallhead for the agony crossbow, which will immobilize enemies who come into contact with it via an electric shock. It can be placed on things like foes or walls or even enemies. Okay. I think that's too many types of bolts at this stage. And I think I'll blow myself up on this. I would like to save before attempting, but... Alright, let me put it this way. I can deal with those as soon as I get the opportunity to save. I don't know how soon that'll be. We'll find out. What does this do? Kick the can. Oh, that doesn't sound particularly smart. Am I supposed to blow up this wall? I most certainly could. Oh boy, now if I blow this up, I'll thoroughly blow myself up. That's not good. Oh no. Oh no, no. The explosives are really putting me off. How can I get out of this mess then? Is there any simple way for me to get out of this mess? 'Cause I'm not so sure about that. Just got teleported back to this hospital. Now perhaps this is the place where I need to solve all the problems. Since presumably this is where it all began. Oh, right, of course, traps. Can I actually dismantle this one? Yes, I can. Dismantle. What's on the other side of this? It's the same room. I've already been here. Not much of note. Can we crawl down through here? Even if we could, I wouldn't necessarily want to. How did they even get that many corpses here? What happened here? The absolute, unimaginable butchery of all of this. I'm sorry, what is that? That blood seems so fresh. And I don't mean this as a compliment. What does this do? Alright. If I were to be chased, I can pull this lever, and whoever's behind me gets pelted. Need to keep that in mind. Nothing inside the box. Okay. I don't think I need to blow up the explosives up the... What is even happening? What am I doing? Why did I get access to so many switches all of a sudden? Over here, of all the places. To an extent, it's a memory game, isn't it? I just have to memorize what every single one of them does. I can also go for that doll. Nothing's stopping me. I will soon enough as well. I don't think I can deal with these barrels. Fine, let's climb up. We got out of this place once. Presumably we can get out of it again. Right? Right? I'm sure we can. That was an utterly useless detour. Okay, I've seen basically every single place there was to see here. I haven't disarmed that single trap. I'm still mortified that I'll blow myself up. And without the ability to reload, I don't feel particularly comfortable with that prospect. It requires a modicum of focus. I will come back here. Is that one of those invisible foes? I'll deal with this later. No, no. What? Oh. Don't tell me. No. No! Fuck. 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 Fuck! No! Get over this! Once again, I do profusely apologize for the profanity, but still. This is... oh no. I did not disarm the bomb. I should use the trap. The trap! No. No. Grenade! Yeah, you will forgive me for the harsh language, but the circumstances, at least I think, warranted it as much as they ever could. I was desperately trying to come up with a solution to the situation. I was aware of all the things I've done and all the things I've done wrong. This is incredible too. All of them just got obliterated. I'm so glad, so incredibly glad that I had those grenades on hand. And of course, when you switch your gear, time does not freeze. I'm not sure as far as the inventory screen is concerned, but I wouldn't have high expectations. Should I give myself a try with these devices? I presumably should. Now, if I fail, that's on me. But it's a part of the game, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I may ultimately end up failing. And I'll be disappointed in myself, but I shouldn't just keep reloading every single time I fail on anything. What's the fun in that? Hopefully this doesn't kill me. I could try to heal, but then I would have to back up first. Alright, let's try to disarm it. Fingers crossed. It's all the more satisfying if I manage, isn't it? Alright, I have my shotgun at the ready. If anything went to try and pounce on me. I'm pretty glad I came up with that solution too. That was exactly the thing to use. Obviously. The grenade. Although there was so many solutions here. For instance, I could have set this ablaze. They would have ran after me, and they would have set themselves on fire, dying. I could have dragged them to that trap I've noticed earlier on, impaling all of them. Or I could have used all those grenades. That's also a viable option. There were quite a few ways for me to succeed here. The situation was dire, it was horrifying, but it wasn't hopeless by any stretch of the imagination. I needed to think on my feet, I'll grant you that much, but in the end it worked out, and I'm really glad. I'll probably blow myself up on the second trap. I do have the reflexes, but I tend to get startled by such things all too easily. If I blow myself up on this, and if I die because of that, and if I have to redo this entire section, I'm going to be... Will I actually play it better then? I know I'm going to be disappointed in myself. I know I'm going to be upset. Alright. It's up there. Top left. Come on. I was so convinced that I did it wrong. It's not particularly conscious. It's muscle memory more than anything else. It really is. Because I did click it automatically. And the moment I clicked it, I figured it was the wrong moment, but it was the right moment. Because I let my instinct take over. I'm glad I did. I very rarely do. Checkpoint. Now, hold on. Are we out of the facility and into where we used to be in the village? Because this seems very familiar. Or are we still in the hospital? You know what? I did get a checkpoint, didn't I? Hold on. I wanted to leave it at that. To just leave it for, say, tomorrow. Or sometime later. But I'm curious. And I just got a checkpoint, didn't I? So if anything goes poorly, I can always just come back to that. And look at doll. That's lovely. We like dolls, don't we? Dolls bode well. Well, it can be anything on the other side. Oh, this door is closed. Thank goodness I don't have to go there. Oh, oh, okay, okay. We are following a trail of blood. A trail of blood. Through this open door. Through this demolished door. That thing has to be burnt. I hope that's not Myra. That would be horrifying.
Shit, I'd better run.
And where are you supposed to run? I've missed one of the bolts, but that's okay. Pick it up. Run! They can be killed using conventional weapons. It's just unwise. I'm scared. No! No! Visible and it can be... Oh god, yes! Downstairs! No, wait. This is so obvious and trivial. So pathetic. Of course, you close the door behind yourself and then it can't get to you. Then you pick the stuff up in this room and go down the ladder. I was almost there. I failed, as they say, at the last hurdle. It's not following me, is it? One would hope not.
What is it with you?
Fine, burn it. Yep, I did not collect that final trap bit, but that's okay. Please, give me the exit. Just take me outside. Oh, fuck. Spikes! So, no! 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 Yes!
I made it. I can't believe it.
I didn't even notice that that was what I was supposed to do. But... it was. Is it where you find the agony launcher unless you found it before? I made it! I made it! Now, of course, presumably that thing is going to break yet another barrier in her path. And the old chase will begin all over again. I could have destroyed it. I could have chosen to do that. I even tried, but I missed my first shot. Can you blame me? Hey, fuck you. You know... Let's just assume that you've heard everything I've said before. Okay, what is the solution to this situation then? We go down. We see this guy right here. Can I blast him? Whoa. Is he invisible? What? Now what? Are we about to fall? Oh, we're about to fall, aren't we? Oh, that's just... Come... No... detective! But that's not how gravity works. How? What? What? But that's not down? But that doesn't matter, because in the end, we've somehow made it through. This place does not obey conventional rules of physics and of nature in any sort of way. We are trapped in some bizarre mind world, some bizarre hallucination, and that's either because of Ruvik, or Leslie, or Ruvik and Leslie, or because Ruvik is Leslie, or because Ruvik is connected to Leslie. We may not actually be at the hospital, but be at the village, and just be hallucinating being at the hospital, or we may actually be hallucinating having been at the village. And I'll actually have been throughout this entire time at the hospital. Maybe we've been at the hospital all this time. Maybe the protagonist isn't actually the detective that he thinks he is. Anything at this point is possible, but certain things are outlandish. Then again, what is apparent, even though it may not actually be happening, is also quite outlandish in and of itself. But I've made it through that, and I'm glad that's the end of chapter 4. And, I could go over quite a few other things that came to my mind, but at this particular point, I can't put them into words in too organized of a fashion. You've seen everything that happened. I will try to mull over this and come up with something more palatable and coherent next time. But for now, thanks for watching, and you will see me elsewhere.